नमस्कार। हर संडे की तरह आपके साथ जुड़ा हूँ। मैंने आपको आश्वस्त किया था कि अर्बन कोऑपरेटिव बैंकिंग के बारे में हमारे चैनल पे बैंकिंग में बहुत साल गुजारे हुए जो लोग हैं वो आने वाले हैं, वो आपसे बात करने वाले हैं। इसी सिलसिले में आज हमारे साथ जुड़ चुके हैं श्री अविनाश जी जोशी, जो रिजर्व बैंक के रिटायर्ड एग्जीक्यूटिव है और काफ़ी सालों से वो अर्बन कोऑपरेटिव बैंक्स को अलग अलग तरह की हेल्प करते हैं। उनका अनुभव बहुत ही बड़ा है, गुरुतुल्य व्यक्ति है। और अर्बन कोऑपरेटिव बैंकिंग की किसी भी सब्जेक्ट के बारे में, यू टेक एनी सब्जेक्ट, ही हैज़ द एक्सपर्टीज। और आज हम उनकी एक्सपर्टीज का इस्तेमाल करने वाले हैं। एक चीज़ हम उनसे जान लेंगे किस तरह से वो चीज़ें होती हैं। तो हमने उनको आज बुलाया है। बैलेंस शीट में जो एक एसेट होता है, उसके उस एसेट के बारे में पूरा 360 डिग्री व्यू देने के लिए हमने उनको बुलाया है। तो जोशी सर, आप बैलेंस शीट के कौन से उस एसेट के बारे में बात करते हैं कि जो अर्निंग नहीं करता है, और उसके ऊपर आपके क्या विचार है?
Good morning, everybody. I am very much thankful to Mr. Atul Khirwadkar for giving me a chance to express myself before you. I will be of some help to add for addition to your knowledge. All of you know the balance sheet of bank is of is consists of two sides. Left side is a liability side, right is a asset. Banking is the only business which accepts liabilities first, and assets are created out of liabilities. On the asset side, the first and foremost item from where the balance sheet starts is cash in hand, followed by balances with banks. These two items are called as liquid assets, especially the cash in hand, very easily available liquidity, and it is a non-earning asset of the bank. All of you know, the more the liquidity, less the profitability. So profitability and liquidity moves in a different direction, opposite directions, but still both are equally important. As an asset, for liquidity purpose, cash is important because it protects you from liquidity risk. Other side, profitability is also important because our main motto is profit, to earn the profits, because we are doing business. For that purpose, today we are concentrating on one of these assets in liquid cash, that is cash in hand.
सर, कैश मैनेजमेंट जो अर्बन कोऑपरेटिव बैंक्स करती हैं, हम लोग कमर्शियल बैंकों के बारे में ज़्यादा सोचेंगे नहीं, क्योंकि वो लोग करेंसी चेस वगैरह रखते हैं। हम करेंसी चेस नहीं रखते। रेयरली अ बिग बैंक कुड बी हैविंग अ करेंसी चेस। All the urban cooperative banks focus on cash management. So the cashiers of the bank and the cash officers and the top management is interested in knowing कि ये कैश मैनेजमेंट सही ढंग से हो रहा है या नहीं है, उसमें क्या रिस्क है, क्या जोखिम है, और वो मैनेज करने के लिए हमें क्या क्या रेगुलेटरी गाइडलाइंस समझना ज़रूरी है। जैसे कि डीमोनेटाइजेशन के बाद कैश का जो इम्पोर्टेंस था, वो रिजर्व बैंक और गवर्नमेंट ने बहुत कम कर दिया, लेकिन फिर भी कैश हमारी ज़िंदगी से गई नहीं है। और अर्बन कोऑपरेटिव बैंक्स आर वल्नरेबल इन वेरियस एस्पेक्ट। इन दैट रिस्पेक्ट, माय रिक्वेस्ट टू जोशी सर इज दैट he should guide us about the localized cash management. What is the role of cash officers? What cashiers should do? How they should look at the notes, whether the notes are true or genuine or not, and what are the RBI guidelines in this respect? He will talk about it thoroughly. Joshi sir, please.
So far as legal backing to this aspect is concerned, we have in RBI a separate department called Department of Currency Management. This department, with the regional offices called issue departments in various regional offices, they take care to maintain the cash and various instructions how fake notes, What are the silent features of genuine notes? That is one thing. The department takes care to issue master circular on counterfeit notes. 1st April 2024, Department of Currency Management has issued a very good master direction on counterfeit notes, management of counterfeit notes. All the bank people, at least where those who are more concerned with cash department, should thoroughly go through this circular so that they will be conversant with RBI guidelines in this regard. Second legal aspect which supports the cash management and circulation of cash department is RBI Act 1934. Section 22 to almost 40, all the sections you will find, they tell you about the RBI role in management of cash. RBI has got vast powers because RBI is the only authority to issue banknotes, put them into circulation, not only putting them into circulation, but also printing of notes, right from birth to death of a note, banknote. RBI takes care of everything. We are going to see in detail the few important provisions on that. But giving birth to banknote, RBI has got 4 printing presses. 2 belongs to them, 2 to Government of India. So, Reserve Bank has got 2 printing presses of its own, one at Nasik and second at Devas, MP. The other 2 at Salboni, West Bengal and Mysore, Karnataka belong to RBI. First 2 takes care of government printing also. Other 2 exclusively devote their time in printing of notes. The cash department specifically is more concerned with banknotes and coins. What is currency? Currency is a medium of exchange or for value. It is supported by Reserve Bank of India, has got approval of RBI, and nobody else other than RBI can issue either banknotes or coins. Although these 2 are the major components of currency in India, notes in circulation, and another thing is coins. For coins, please remember, they fully belongs to Government of India. Government of India has full discretion to produce or put into circulation through RBI all types of coins, because coins is not the liability of RBI. As you know, the banknote, if you observe properly, it is a promissory note. Promissory note means there it is written on the banknote, I promise to pay the bearer a sum of rupees, signed by Governor RBI. Rupees 2 and above are banknotes. They are signed by Governor. Governor gives you the promise that you will get the value in exchange of this note, whatever things you want to purchase. But coins are produced at mints. We have got 4 mints in India, owned by Government of India, and whatever coins they produce, it comes to the vaults of RBI. it is compulsory on part of Government of India that all these coins should be put into circulation only and only through RBI, because RBI should know the value of currency in circulation in the hands or pockets of the public, because the management of currency is exclusively main function of Reserve Bank of India. Friends, any central bank in the world, if you see, there are two important functions for it. One, management of currency. Second, supervision and regulation of banking. In our country also, Reserve Bank of India, being the central bank of this country, takes care of these two functions. One, management of currency, which is governed or supported by RBI Act 1934. The supervision and regulation of banking is, the powers are derived from Banking Regulation Act 1949, Section 35. So these two acts are most important for all of us, for banks also and for central bank also. BR Act and RBI Act 1934. The separate department, as I told you, has been formed in RBI, named as Department of Currency Management. It functions independently, have got central office at Mumbai, and all the regional offices are having this department under the name of Issue Department, which takes care of receiving the notes, distribution of the same through currency chests and commercial banks as well as bankers, and taking back the notes in the form of soiled or torn mutilated notes. Then it is burnt, it was the practice in RBI to burn the notes. Now it has been dispensed with. In such a case, my main point was the currency management is entirely left to RBI, and the cash department in every bank, which functions to take care of this liquidity asset of the cash. Another thing I want to emphasize is cash department in every bank, most of the banks, is a neglected area, neglected sector. The people working in cash department are mostly not wanted in the operational side, or aged people. It should not be the case. Due importance must be given to cash department, because the cash department, it is a very important, because very risky department. In any other department where mistakes are there, you can rectify, you can examine, you can take corrective steps. But in cash department, in the evening, if a cashier says shortage of 1000 rupees is there, either it is a case of overpayment or under receipt, but it can be a case of negligence in duty, or it can be a case of fraud. So there is a thin line where the officers should be able to, controlling officers should be able to find out whether the shortage is a negligence in duty or it is a fraudulent activity. So cash department, as I said, is important one. That's why the cash department, we have to take utmost care and security measures to see that the cash is in a secure place. The cash cabins have been taken care of with strong surrounding. So security measures in cash department are so much important, and all the bankers should give due importance to the cashiers and the cash department itself. First and foremost thing, as a security measures in cash department, any bank should take care is strong cabins with lock and key and restricted entry in these cash cabins, because it is a vulnerable, it is a very risky asset, it is a very liquid asset in the cash department. Another security measure I wanted to tell you is alarm bells. Positioning of alarm bells. Many bankers in banks I have seen, it is just opposite to the cashier facing his counter, so that in hand he should be able to press the bell. No, because once the dacoity or robbery or some culprits enter the cash department, bank or cash department, they will first say, hands up, हाथ ऊपर करो. That's why always alarm bells should be, the cashier should be able to press with the leg. It should be at the foot of the, near his foot, so that he can press it. So then this mock deal for alarm bells is very important, whether they are really working properly. Then next is CCTV, its trail and backup. CCTV should be adjusted in such a way that you should be able to see both the cashiers and the persons facing the cashier. Moreover, the CCTV footage should be very clear. At least once in 15 days, these head cashiers or branch managers should verify whether this CCTV footage is clear. They are able to see the person giving the cash and receiving the cash. Many times, many fraudulent activities are there where people enter the branch and they are wandering nearby cashiers. They see how much cash, huge cash is received by which person. They follow the person, and there are burglaries and dacoities. So then another important security measure in cash department is ultraviolet lamps, for the purpose of seeing the genuineness of the note. Cashier should be able to see the whether the note is having all the silent features of good note. It is not a fake gold note. For that purpose, then next is security measure in cash department, which is must, is the security man or gunman. Generally, this function of security is outsourced in many of the banks. My request is, please ascertain whether the gunmen or the security people are of reliable nature, they are young enough to take care of the security, and his gun, he is fully loaded. Then another thing is night arrangements for security. That is bells, which should be, you should be able to take care of this also. Then another thing in cash department security is insurance, both for cash in transit, for your vaults, for your cash cabin, drawers. This insurance policy, you should be current one. Premium should be paid properly. They should be renewed at proper time, and cash in transit also should be included for insurance purpose. Many a times, cashiers will go with the cash to deposit it into your accounts, in State Bank of India or other banks, they should not catch a rickshaw or taxi standing near your door, but always flying taxi or flying rickshaw should be stopped and you use it. It will prevent security, it will prevent fraudulent activities on the cash department. So again, duplicate keys should be kept outside the premises of the bank under seal. And most important thing is retention limits. Head office will always stipulate the retention limits in your cash cabins. More the cash you keep, more the liquidity you preserve, less the profitability you earn. So always see that the branches are allotted retention limits by the head office. We should be reviewed. If it is crossed frequently, review should be taken whether enhancement in the limit is required or not. Then another thing is, along with retention limit, dual control in the cash department is the most security measure, important measure, and there should be a dual control. Both branch manager and cashier should have these keys. Both of them should be present at the time of opening the vaults in the morning, closing the vaults in the evening. So these are some of the security measures in cash department I have explained, because cash, as I have told you, is a very delicate, it is a very delicate liquid asset. At any time, forgery or dacoity, robbery is possible in the cash department, and with due importance to the security measures in cash department should be given due importance to this also. So as I told you, currency in circulation is a liability of RBI. Every day balance sheet is prepared. So issue department balance sheet, liability side notes in circulation, equal assets are created. So first asset is coins issued by Government of India. They are assets of the issued, supported by notes in circulation. Then asset of the issue department consists of gold coins, gold bullion, foreign securities, rupee coin and rupee securities, equal to the total liability on the liability side. There is another provision just for general knowledge purpose. The total assets, out of total assets, gold should be and foreign securities should be of 200 crores, out of which gold should be 150. So in short, entire liability of RBI in the form of currency in circulation is supported by equal number of, or in value, the assets on the other side. So please remember this. Now